Hi guys. So, our group, we're making carbohydrates. For our materials, we used the limes as carbons. We used marshmallows as the oxygens and gummy bears as the hydrogens. This differs from our original design because instead of using Twizzlers for the bonds, we use toothpicks, so it's more stable. And instead of using oranges, we use limes, and instead of using grapes, we use marshmallows.
Okay, one thing I'm gonna talk about how to make polysaccharides. So it's a 1 to 4 bond. So this would be the 1, and this would be the 4. And what happens is the one of the molecule, 1 connects to the number 4 of the next. So like I'm just going to turn this. So what happens is it's a dehydration reaction. So then an H is lost here. I can't get that. Okay. And then an OH is lost here, and what happens is they connect using the oxygen, so here, and then this will bond to the oxygen. Except I just don't want to break it, but this would bond to the oxygen, and then that creates a chain which is called a polysaccharide. And that's like starch and cellulose.
So I'm gonna be talking about how to make sucrose. The way to make it is from fructose and glucose. So it's gonna be a 1 to 4 bond. So this is our glucose. If I turn it, this is gonna be the 1. And then the OH of the fructose will be the 4. So what's going to happen is 2 H's, and then oxygen will be taken out, and an oxygen will connect them together, and you're left with a dehydration reaction of H2O, and now you have sucrose.
So I'll just be talking about the difference between the fructose and the glucose. As you can see, a fructose is like a pentagon shape, and it has 2 CH2OH molecules. And so the reason why it's like a pentagon kind of shape is like, even though what we learned is they're isomers, right? They have the same molecular formula, but it's different orientation and shape, and it has different functions to your body. And so yeah, another thing I'd like to talk about is when Brian said with polysaccharides with starch and cellulose, right? The only difference in between with that is the orientation. So it would be up for starch, and for cellulose it'd be up down, up down, up down.
The last thing we want to mention is that once these are connected, what happens like within your cell is a hydrolysis reaction, which is pretty much the water that was formed. These were just like bond together, are put back in, and it separates them. So here it would give back the hydrogen, and here the OH would come back too, which would then use the water and separate the two.
Same thing for here too.
So yeah, that's the carbohydrates.